I first became involved with legal services back in 2008, shortly after I passed the Missouri bar. And one of the reasons I wanted to work with victims and families of domestic violence is because my grandfather, he himself was a victim of domestic violence. And that always left a lasting impression. If he could have stayed with his family and been able to graduate from high school, if he would have had supports and services like us. I typically work in the rural counties. Oftentimes I work in obtaining orders of protections. And as a follow-up to that, I work on the dissolution of marriage actions or the paternity custody cases to help them protect them and make the best possible solution for their families. In rural counties, we do have many barriers for the families. One is the substantial distances one has to travel for services. It can be very common to travel 30 to 60 miles for counseling. We truly look at the bulk of our clients in the court system. They do not have the ability to afford an attorney, but yet they still need to obtain justice. I think it's also very important for our society that justice is not necessarily based on one's ability to hire an attorney. We need to have a fair system where all persons, regardless of race, sex, or disability, are able to truly have justice in our court system. I would say the majority of our cases involve children, and that's why this work is so invaluable. We want to see those children have improved outcomes. We want to see the cycles of domestic violence stop. We have wonderful partnerships with several community civic organizations, many of our social workers, our law enforcement, our domestic violence shelters, and the court system. I've seen only improvement in the last 15 years on how we all work with victims and families where domestic violence is involved. And it's truly a wonderful thing to see these positive outcomes for these families.